강진님, 체육성, 보세요. Who is Grandmaster Chae? He started off as an active youth in Montana where he had a lot of air to breathe, a lot of fun stuff, hiking without water, all that good stuff that we do now. On joining the military, he was a very, other than being an active person, he was an angry person. Very short-tempered. He used to claim it on his ancestries of the Indians, because he didn't know any better. But in going into the Army, being raised in the Air Force, he decided that the Army, no matter what, is going to change me. I still love myself, I'm going to be who I am. Well, they had other ideas, but that was okay. Because growing up in the military was not a difficult thing other than just keeping your nose clean, doing your time, and retire. After the Army, decided to go into the Air Force because he had gotten married and was thinking of raising children. And then decided that going back in the military is probably an easier thing to do, so he went into the Air Force. Once he went into the Air Force, he did his lifelong dream of signing up in martial arts schools. And from then, that's where everything had started. From official school, now he got all of those things that he had learned as a child in a more practical use. So now he was starting to establish a foundation. All of that, and going into the Air Force, he liked to start things, positive things, not pernicious. But at the same time, everything was always going against him. Because in the military says that we are number one. If we wanted you to have a family or an interest, we would issue you one. So, with that in mind, he still kept pushing. Because from that angry childhood, and what I mean by angry, was easy to snap. Would hit somebody in the back of the head just because didn't like the way that they said something. That was pretty simple at that time. But as growing up, becoming an adult, now we want to be a little bit more honest, we want to be a little bit more stable. We're going to raise children. Ooh. We used to call them crumb snatchers until we found out that they want more than crumbs. So in that process of trying to be comfortable with yourself, got the idea of maybe starting to teach. After about 3 years training with Grandmaster Yun, who was the second highest ranked Korean Grandmaster in the United States at the time, started finding a lot of values, along with students, fellow students, and other participants. Didn't do much competition until he became a black belt. When he became a black belt, now competition was more of a test of his own abilities, not just to go in there and fight, although that was kind of fun. He had a knockout or two. Continued to teach. Went to Iceland for the first time, now had nobody to train with, so decided, well, teaching may be helpful. So now to learn about teaching, getting people up to a standard to where I could get my training in. Kept going. Next thing I know, I'm stationed in Chae Mountain. There was an opportunity at the Peterson Air Force Base to teach a club. Let's go for it. After teaching there for a while, opened up another school downtown, and now becomes an instructor. Even though at junior rank, thought it was pretty good. Then was invited to participate and be the go-between the Air Force Sports Office and the Olympic Training Center for the new Olympic movement of Taekwondo. So now it's become a forefather for the Olympic movement. In doing that, found a whole bunch of new responsibilities and things like Robert Rules of Order. Woohoo! Yeah, couldn't pronounce most of those terms, but had 3 books and all of them were highlighted. So did that for about 10 years and then retired from the military. Upon retired from the military, decided, whoa, this is where I'd really like to have my own facility. I wasn't really planning on being bankrupt in 18 months, but tried my best. Then went and worked for somebody else, and then decided when there was no more jobs, do it myself. Was coached by a lot of people to do it, especially family members and teachers and everything else. So now is starting his own program, starting a lot of programs trying to give back. Because there's a lot of people that had anger, very uncomfortable in situations, and wanted to help them out. So giving back to the community. So who is Grandmaster Chae Hooksong? It's me. Thank you for sharing and in my journey.